Thank you, Batman, for tuning in to 88.3 FM, and thank you to everybody listening live right now. We're back here on the GioMoShow. I'm still your host, Giovanni Moschieri, and it's time for your Oakland NCAA Sports Update. And we got a lot to cover. Esports, swim and dive, volleyball, men's soccer, women's soccer. We got plenty to get to. And you know what? Something just piqued my memory. Women's soccer, they are currently playing right now in Indianapolis against IUPUI. The game going on currently, right now. And let me give you at least how the game is going right now. So far in the second half, we're at 49, we just started the second half. 49-38 is about the time listed on the live stats. Currently a draw 1-1. Emma Antoine, which I think is how you pronounce it, for IUPUI, scored the first goal pretty early in the game. Let me give you at least the time of scoring. In the 27th minute, IUPUI was able to score. And then Oakland, they tie it up. In the 49th minute, that goal being attributed to, oh man, I don't know the team well enough to get these names right, so please forgive me. I should know the names well, but Anuya Alui. I think I got it. Tied up the game in the 49th minute just recently, just a little bit ago. And now it's as if it's 0-0. It's as if it's a fresh game. So we're gonna keep some tabs on this game throughout the show. So I want to start it off with that. And while we're on the topic of women's soccer, why don't we go and talk about some more women's soccer, what they've been up to. So, like I mentioned, they're currently playing in IUPUI, but this past Sunday, October 8th, they were at Youngstown State for a 2-1 victory in the Horizon League on the road. In that game, in the first 6 minutes, Macy Waregna, who else, scored on a penalty kick to kick off. Yeah, there you go. To get things started for the Golden Grizzlies. And then they stacked on another goal in the 28th minute. Also, Macy Waregna, this one assisted by Olivia Darnell, would make it 2-0 going, about halfway through the first half. So Oakland, they came out on top, and they stayed on top. Early in the second half, however, Youngstown State, they were able to get a goal of their own. Taylor Berry, assisted by Chloe Wheeland. That got the score to where it ended up staying 2-1 Oakland victory. So well done to them. Going to now the Horizon League standings, at least as of this afternoon. Oakland currently sits at the 5th spot in the Horizon League with a conference record of 2-1-3, with an overall record of 4-5-5. And above them would be Wright State at 4, Robert Morris at 3, IUPUI at 2, and Milwaukee at 1. Milwaukee is a tough soccer team. Let me tell you that. So some of their upcoming games, like I mentioned, this Sunday, October 15th, they're going to be facing Green Bay, who currently sits at the bottom of the Horizon League, 0-5-1 in conference, just to put some perspective on that. That's going to be a black and gold day, so be sure to be there. Show up and show out in your black and gold. I think that's what it means by black and gold day. And then Sunday the 21st, they're going to be playing Milwaukee here for Senior Day. That's going to be Saturday the 21st at 1 p.m. Be sure to go to goldengrizzlies.com for your information on all of your NCAA sports. So while we're on the topic of now soccer, let's go to the men's soccer team. So men's soccer, some news that came out during the week, I wanted to make sure I highlighted this. Mikey Ketterman, at least as of Wednesday, leads the Horizon League in total goals. He has 6 already on the season. And then also freshman Donovan Phillip. You saw him. We had an interview with him after the Michigan game. He had a great game-winning goal off of a corner kick out the header against Michigan. We called that on WXOU. So anyway, Donovan Phillip, he also leads the league, or at least did as of Wednesday, with 5 assists for overall. I'm trying to be specific with that when I got with the stats here. So in the overall stats of the Horizon League, as in that includes their out-of-conference games, Donovan Phillip leads with 5 assists, and Mikey Ketterman leads with 6 goals. But the reason I'm being specific about it is because Purdue Fort Wayne, they played recently. They played, I believe, last night after the Golden Grizzlies social media posted all about it. They got a 3-1 victory over UAB, I think. I'm not sure what the team is. They look like they're the Dragons. But they got a 3-1 victory there, so that kind of tallied up some of the goals there. But what I'm saying right now is if you take it week by week, this latest full week, Golden Grizzlies sit on top with goals and assists. So shout out to them. Just wanted to make sure that news comes out. And speaking of Oakland, and speaking of of Purdue Fort Wayne, Oakland University this past Saturday, on October 7th, they were at the Mastodons. They were in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and they came back home with what? They came back home with a 2-1 victory over the Mastodons. The Mastodons, who are no slouch in the Horizon League. Currently, they sit at second in the Horizon League standing, so that's no slouch. For sure. Mikey Ketterman had, let me get the box score up. I want to be sure that I am correct. I want to be sure that I get my details right. I know Mikey Ketterman scored in this one, but I want to make sure I'm accrediting properly. So excuse me while I go through GoldenGrizzlies.com to make sure to get all the up-to-date and fantastic stats. So looking, that's right, we got Mikey Ketterman. I was right. He got not one but 2 goals in this away game against Purdue Fort Wayne for the 2-1 victory. So to kind of take you through score by score, 26th minute went to Seth Malmeister of Purdue Fort Wayne, who now currently leads in goals. And then in the 29th minute, not far after, just about 3 minutes later, Mikey Ketterman said, I got this one, assisted by Jace Foster. And then in the 60th minute, with the game tied 1-1, Mikey, off of a penalty kick with the chance to get the game-leading goal. Oh, he got it in the 60th minute. And there were a lot of cards. There was a lot of laundry in this game. A lot of it was almost like an Uno game. A lot of cards going on. I'm not going to list everyone's names, but plenty of yellows, and there was a red given to Purdue Fort Wayne. Just saying. I'm just reading the stats here. It's factual. So that was a 2-1 victory for the Golden Grizzlies at Purdue Fort Wayne. They then traveled to Kalamazoo to face the Western Michigan Broncos. Not the same vibe. Broncos have a very, very good soccer team. Golden Grizzlies came back home with a 0-5 loss. And in the words of head coach Eric Pogue on Twitter, he said, replying to the score, he said, one of those tough days. Rest, recover, regroup, analyze, learn, grow, push forward. There's a lot to it, Coach. I agree. And then he says, we go again Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. at home versus Wright State in a very important Horizon League matchup. And he's not wrong. That is very true. This Saturday, like I mentioned before with the WXOU broadcast, 14th for homecoming, 1 p.m. Oakland University takes on the Raiders of Wright State on Alumni Day. That's the special event for the homecoming. They bring the alumni home. They celebrate them and their legacies that they left here at Oakland University. And then that following Tuesday, October 17th, the team stays at home and hosts Louisville, who are currently nationally ranked number 13, I believe. Going to the Horizon League standings, IUPUI stands atop the Horizon League, 3-1-1 in conference, 5-5-3 overall. Purdue Fort Wayne right underneath. Purdue Fort Wayne 3-2 in conference, no ties. 6-4-1 overall. And then right below is the Golden Grizzlies at 3, also 3-2 in conference, 4-6-2 overall. So the Golden Grizzlies are up in the top 3 in the currently bronze in the Horizon League. And that means there's only 2 spots left before going for gold. So that's your women's soccer. That's your men's soccer. What else we got? Well, we got volleyball. And then later we got esports and swim and dive. But for volleyball, there's only one game that was played since the last time we covered them on the GioMoShow. That was Friday, October 6th. You heard it on WXOU. It was an awesome game. It was Dig for the Cure Day. It was National College Radio Day. And it was a fantastic game against Cleveland State in the arena. Golden Grizzlies finished with a 3-1 victory over Cleveland State. And 3-1. You think, okay, Oakland, they mightily handled the Vikings. That may be so in the first set. Second set was a lot more contested. First set was 25-18. Second set was 27-25. So we got into extra points there in a win by 2 situation. Third set was for Cleveland State, 25-19. And then this one, the fourth set, the closing set, was exciting. 29-27 was the final score of set 4. You can hear it on WXOU Sports. We got the whole game up there on YouTube. We got the highlights. We got the last about 8 minutes of set 4. And it got very exciting. I think the mic even cut out a couple of times, but it was just that tight. Volleyball is just that exciting and suspenseful. I love calling volleyball. I love watching it up close. I love being in the stands, screaming at the opposing team as they're about to serve, and when they hit the net, brother, that is hilarious. I love doing that. But the Golden Grizzlies, they take a home victory on Dig for the Cure Day against Cleveland State, 3-1. Upcoming games, we talked about them for homecoming weekend. They got 2 home games for homecoming. Friday, tomorrow, October 13th, Friday the 13th. Ooh. Oakland University faces Milwaukee, Friday at 6 p.m. You can hear that on WXOU. Then, Saturday, October 14th, 4 p.m., Golden Grizzlies, they host Green Bay on Senior Day. Not on WXOU, so get down to the arena yourself. Go watch it with your own eyes. And going to the Horizon League standings, Oakland, they also stand at 3rd in volleyball as well as they do in men's soccer. So who is above them in the Horizon League? Oakland's now 5-2 and 11-8 overall, conference and overall, respectively. Who's above them? Well, none other than the 2 teams coming to visit the arena this weekend. Milwaukee's number 1. They're 6-1 and 14-7 overall. Green Bay is also 6-1 and 8-11 overall. So the Golden Grizzlies, they have an opportunity to face 2 of the top teams, 2 of the teams in their way of first place in the Horizon League. So this is going to be exciting, high-stakes volleyball being played in the arena on WXOU and then also with your own eyes in the arena. It's going to be exciting. So that is your volleyball. Moving on now, we got esports we got to cover here. And they did something new with their social media. I love this. But they released a what's going on this weekend for esports. What are they doing? What are they playing? Who are they playing? What game? So they summarized it very nicely. On the 10th, it was Rocket League. They faced Fisher College. In that game, Golden Grizzlies take a tough loss to their CRL season opener, or in their CRL season opener, that being College Rocket League, against Fisher Sports GGs, says their Twitter account, at Oakland Esports. The Overwatch team, they faced Boise State. Oakland Esports Overwatch Overwatch 2, and the game has been updated, Overwatch 2, fell to Boise State, to Boise State Esports last night, 0-3, in our final game of the regular season, GGs. I'm reading the tweet here. That was as of last night, so that was not last night, but the night before. We closed the regular season with a record of 5-1 and now look to the LCQ to earn a fall playoff spot. LCQ action begins the week of October 23rd. So it's going to be some exciting Overwatch 2 being played for the Golden Grizzlies. Smash Brothers, they had a bye week this past Tuesday the 10th, but League of Legends, they played DeSales University. I think that's how you pronounce it. In that game, the tweet reads, "What a great start to the season. Oakland Esports League of Legends team secures a 2-0 victory over DeSales Esports in the season opener, GGs." We'll be back on the RIT this Thursday for our matchup against Rochester University Esports. See you later. Excuse me. And then some matchups coming up. Tonight, Smash Bros, they play Wayne State University, and then League of Legends, they play Rochester University. So what I just mentioned about, League of Legends playing Rochester, that's tonight. That's happening now. You guys should go to Oakland Twitch. Let me make sure I got this right. I believe it's Oakland Esports on Twitch. Let me go and find it for sure. Because, it sounds like I'm unprepared, but actually, I am simply demonstrating how easy it is to go and find your wonderful Oakland Esports. That is it. Twitch.tv/Oakland Esports is where you can find all the action. I believe the stream starts in 30 minutes. About 7 o'clock is usually when their matches start. And you might find me doing some interviews with some of the athletes at the start of the streams. Just saying. So be sure to tune in. Twitch.tv/Oakland Esports. Moving on now, swim and dive. I'm not sure if I covered this the first time I covered swim and dive, but preseason polls for the Horizon League came out on September 28th, so a few weeks ago. Women's swim and dive was preseason polled to be number 1 once again. The men, though, they're knocked down to number 2, only underneath IUPUI. And if you remember the Horizon League Championships meet, it was really close for the men against IUPUI. It came down to the last relay. Relays are worth more points than individual events. But that relay came down to the wire. Oakland needed it to win, and Oakland got it and won to keep the streak going, to keep the 40-plus year streak going of conference championships. So, women are 1, men are 2. Some other news. In the meet against Miami of Ohio that occurred this past week, I believe it was October 6th that swim and dive faced the Red Hawks. Yep, Friday, October 6th, 5 p.m., they faced Miami of Ohio. And Jordan Ships and Christian Bart were named Horizon League Swimmers of the Week. Not only did we get it for women's, but we got it for men's as well. For Jordan, in the 200 butterfly, she got second place with a time of 2:02.56. In the 100 freestyle, Jordan Ships took gold. 51:53 is the time. In the 100 butterfly, Jordan got first place again. 55:71 is the time. And then in the 400-yard freestyle relay, Oakland women's took second place with Jordan Ships anchoring the relay. Final time for the relay was 3:27.78. So 2 firsts and 2 seconds, that's pretty good and worthy of Horizon League Swimmer of the Week. Christian Bart, on the other hand, for the men, swam the 200-yard medley relay. He was the second leg, and I believe that is breaststroke. I haven't been swimming in a long time, but either way, he was the second leg of the 200-yard medley relay. That relay finished first place with a time of 1:30.16. He also swam in the 50 freestyle, first place with a time of 20:52. Oakland University actually got all 3, or got first, second, and third. Micah Schaefer and Charlie Brown got second and third, respectively. Man, these guys are fast, though. 20:52, if you're not familiar with swim, at least from my experience in high school, that is fast. It is insanely fast. We used to say back in the day, and I believe I could say this on air, but the seniors on the swim team, they used to have a catchphrase every time we would go out for a meet, or we're in the locker room getting ready for a meet. The line was, swim loose, swim fast, kick some ass. So moving on. So Christian Bart, he also swam in the 100-yard freestyle. He got first place, 45:27. And then the 400-yard freestyle relay. Bart anchored the relay and finished with a time. The relay finished with a time of 3:02.71 for first place. So Bart has finished in first place in all 4 of his events against the Red Hawks. Also worthy of his Horizon League Swimmer of the Week for the men. Excuse me. So with that's going to wrap up your Oakland sports update. Plenty to go through, and we went through all of it. We went through women's soccer. We went through men's soccer, volleyball, esports, and swim and dive. All the sports going on currently. I know I'm kind of missing out on the golf aspect as well. Forgive me for that. But there comes a time where, we got to make some business decisions for radio in terms of timing, of course. And that's going to wrap up your Oakland sports update. Before we go to break, let me talk to you about Friday Night Groove. Fridays at 8 p.m. Listen to Friday Night Groove right here on WXOU, hosted by DJ RBJ since 2011. Friday Night Groove is your home for some of the best soul, jazz, electronic, indie, and alternative music here at this station. He also does interviews with artists and has one of the best voices in the radio game. I'm telling you, when you hear him transitioning songs, saying you're listening to Friday Night Groove, oh, he gets into it. It's awesome. So tune in Fridays at 8 on WXOU. We'll be right back for more GioMoShow.